Hello, everyone. It's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel and tap the notification bell. I'd appreciate it majorly. One of the main witnesses in the Botham Jean murder trial, murder trial of Amber Guyger, accused and now convicted of murder of Botham Jean, was this dude, Joshua Brown is his name. And actually he was shot and killed last night, Friday evening in Dallas at a different apartment complex. He lived in the apartment immediately across from Botham Jean, John, excuse me. You know what? And I don't think he lived there anymore. So maybe this is where he lives. I'm not real sure. I mean, this is fairly new, even though it happened last night. It's just now sort of making its way through the national news. So, but he lived right across the street, and like I said, he was one of the main witnesses. He was the first witness by the prosecution that was called. Other than, I'm just trying to give you some background on the dude. Other than the Martin Rivera, I believe was Amber Guyger's partner and lover, who was questioned first before this guy. So, but he was supposedly, he was not supposedly, he was shot and killed last night in an apartment complex called the Atera Apartments. I wonder if he lived there. It wouldn't shock me that he did. It actually looks like a pretty nice apartment complex. That's it right there. I don't know if I can get in there or not. But there's various pictures that it seems fairly, fairly decent. But the reports are that they heard gunshots. He was shot multiple times. Witnesses claimed when the police arrived, he was found with multiple shots, and witnesses claimed that they saw a 4-door silver sedan, drive away from the scene. So Joshua Brown, the next door neighbor of Botham Jean, was shot and killed late Friday night in Dallas, Texas. An attorney for Jean's family said Brown recently testified for prosecution in the murder trial of former Dallas cop Amber Guyger. Officers arrived at the scene around 10:30 p.m. at Atera Apartments, located at the 4600 block of Cedar Springs Road in Dallas, the Dallas's Turtle Creek neighborhood. Police found a man on the ground with multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to Parkland Memorial Hospital, where he died from his injuries. Witnesses told police they heard several gunshots and saw a silver 4-door sedan speeding out of the parking lot. Dallas Police Department has yet to release information about the victim or the suspect, but attorneys with knowledge of the case and Brown's family confirmed Brown's identity via social media. And they do not have anybody. They don't have any suspects, as of yet. So it's obviously pretty shocking, just given that just 10 days ago, Amber Guyger was, he was testifying during the trial, and now he's dead. I mean, one of the main things he was called first is because he lives right across the hall from Botham Jean, and actually, the leasing authorities had showed up earlier in the day, which a lot of people speculated about this, and I still to this day don't know who filed the noise complaint. So the leasing agents or the leasing authorities, I think they were called in the trial when he was asked by the prosecution, one of the prosecuting attorneys, showed up around 2 in the afternoon, the day of the incident, about a noise complaint. He came to the door. So did Botham Jean. And he explained that he thought maybe that it really wasn't about a noise complaint, even though that's what they said. He thought maybe it was because of, somebody complaining of the smell of weed, because he basically pretty much openly admitted that he smokes weed in his apartment, and so did Botham Jean, And so they both kind of looked at each other, and they thought that that's what the reason was for the complaint. And they didn't really think anything of it, and that was the end of it. We don't know, actually. Many people speculated that it was her, that she had called in Amber Guyger had filed the noise complaint. I don't want to get off topic, though, and many people had this theory that she was going to his door to address a noise problem, and something else happened instead. I don't think that's the case. I think, I don't know what happened. But anyways, that was one of the things he testified about, and he actually was walking down the hallway, just getting out of the elevator. The hallway goes to the end, and then it makes a left turn to get to their door. And he had just gotten just about to Not quite to the end where you make the turn when the shooting happened. So, and then he said he took off as soon as he heard the shots. Ended up going back to his room, looking out his keyhole, seeing Amber Guyger going, back and forth some. I think I can't remember his testimony exactly, but actually in his testimony, the prosecutor, the prosecuting attorney actually says you've had some legal problems, legal issues in your past as well. Just to kind of get that out of the way. Nothing major. He had a conviction of misdemeanor theft and I think possession of a controlled substance. Those two things as well. Those two things were in his past. So. But he was shot and killed overnight, multiple gunshot wounds, and he's gone, man. It's pretty terrible. So, and there's no suspects, but he was just testifying. I think it's 10 days ago. I think that's what it says over at TMZ has a report on it. Botham Jean Neighbor, who testified, shot dead days after guilty verdict, and that's pretty much the story there. And at one point during the trial, when he was testifying, they actually had to break because he, was starting to, he's naturally starting to, he was starting to break down a little bit because he was talking about his, he didn't even know Botham Jean that well, but he used to hear him sing, hear him sing in the mornings. You could hear him singing in through the door. And, the thought of that made him sort of well up a little bit, and he needed a moment to compose himself. And actually, this is from an activist who basically followed the Botham Jean trial and put a posting on his Facebook page. I've been notified that Joshua Brown, who testified on the stand in the Amber Guyger trial, was shot and killed last night. Not sure what happened, but I'll keep you updated. And there's a link to the Dallas Morning News, which basically states everything I just said, pretty much. But it's pretty sad, man. It's terrible. And that's the story there, man. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.